Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Zero to Hero. It's really early right now, but I feel fantastic. There is something special about waking up before the sun and getting to work on something I am passionate about. It fills me with this genuine, positive energy, and that's exactly what I want to share with you today. You know, you can't give what you don't have. This is especially true for emotions. If I tried to fake being happy or energetic, you'd sense it right away. Authenticity is everything. And right now, I'm genuinely excited to talk with you. Today, we re-dive into a topic that I bet almost everyone listening has struggled with at some point. Procrastination. It's that nagging feeling of knowing you have something important to do, but you just can't bring yourself to start. You find yourself scrolling through your phone, watching another episode of a show, or suddenly deciding your sock drawer needs reorganizing anything to avoid that one task. So, why do we do this to ourselves? The root cause is actually quite simple. Our brains are hardwired to seek pleasure and avoid pain or discomfort. We naturally gravitate towards what's easy and comfortable. Even if a task isn't incredibly difficult, if it requires mental effort, focus, or stepping out of our comfort zone, our brain often signals us to retreat. It wants the immediate reward of comfort, not the delayed satisfaction of completing a challenging task. Procrastination is essentially our brain's default setting for conserving energy and avoiding anything that feels like a struggle. The problem is, this avoidance creates a bigger, more stressful problem down the line. Now, when it comes to solving procrastination, you'll find tons of advice out there. People will swear by one specific method, calling it the ultimate cure. But I believe there's no single magic bullet. Life is complex, and so are we. The best approach is to build a mental toolkit, a collection of different strategies that you can pull from depending on the situation and your mood. Think of it like a handyman's toolbox. You wouldn't use a hammer for every single job, right? You need different tools for different tasks. Today, I want to add a very simple yet powerful tool to your collection. Here it is. Find a moment when you feel relatively relaxed and comfortable, maybe in the morning with your coffee, or in the evening while unwinding. Take out a piece of paper. Open a notes app on your phone. Whatever works for you. Then, just write down a list of all the things you know you need to do but have been putting off. Don't think about how you'll do them. Don't worry about when you'll do them. The only goal is to get them out of your head and onto the page. List everything, big or small. From reply to that difficult email and schedule a dentist appointment to start that big project for work or clean out the garage. Why is this simple act so effective? Because it externalizes the burden. As long as those tasks are just floating around in your mind, they feel heavy, vague, and overwhelming. They become this shapeless cloud of anxiety that follows you around all day. But when you write them down, you give them form. They become concrete, visible items on a list. Suddenly, they're not some terrifying monster in your head. They're just a few lines of text. This simple act creates a mental separation. The tasks are now over there on the paper, not in here weighing you down. Another beautiful thing about this exercise is that it comes with zero pressure to act immediately. Your only job is to write the list. You are not committing to solving anything right now. This lowers the barrier to entry and saves a tremendous amount of mental energy. You're acknowledging the tasks without taking on the immediate responsibility of completing them. You're simply making an inventory. This act alone can bring a surprising sense of relief. As if you've just set down a heavy backpack you didn't even realize you were carrying. Now, here's where the magic starts to happen. Once you have this list, your brain, that amazing supercomputer, begins to work on it in the background. Even when you're not consciously thinking about it, your subconscious is processing the information. If you make a habit of reviewing this list occasionally, maybe once a day, without any pressure, your brain will start to look for opportunities. It will unconsciously start to scan the list and identify the path of least resistance. At some point, you might be feeling a little burst of energy or a moment of clarity, and your brain will go, "Hey, remember that thing on the list? That one task, it's actually not that bad." We could probably knock that out in 5 minutes, and because the task is no longer a vague source of anxiety but a clear, defined item, you'll be much more likely to just do it. Your brain will automatically select a simple, manageable task from the list and present it to you at the perfect moment. Let me give you a real-life example. I had a friend who wanted to lose weight and knew he needed to exercise, but he kept procrastinating on starting. The idea of a full workout felt overwhelming, so I suggested he just write down walk for 10 minutes on his list. That's it. He didn't have to do it, just write it down. For a few days, it just sat on his list. Then, one afternoon, he was feeling a bit restless. He looked at the list, saw walk for 10 minutes, and thought, you know what? I can do that. It was easy. It wasn't go to the gym for an hour. It was just a short walk. He did it, and it felt good. The next day, it was easier to do it again. Soon, 10 minutes became 15, then 20. He broke through the initial wall of procrastination by starting with a task so small it felt ridiculous not to do it. I use this method myself all the time. My list might have things like record podcast intro, draft email to a client, and buy a birthday card. Some days, I don't touch the list at all, but on other days, I'll glance at it and see buy a birthday card. I'll realize I'm driving past a store later and can easily stop in. Boom! Task done. The feeling of crossing something off, no matter how small, creates positive momentum that makes it easier to tackle the next thing. Practicing this method consistently does more than just help you get things done. It helps you understand yourself better. Your procrastination list is a mirror. It shows you exactly what you're avoiding and why. You start to see patterns. Maybe you're always putting off tasks that involve confrontation, or tasks that require deep, focused work. This self-awareness is invaluable. It helps you identify your personal bottlenecks and the mental hurdles you need to overcome. Think of it this way. Every task you procrastinate on is like a small rock you put in a backpack. Over time, that backpack gets heavier and heavier. You're trying to climb the mountain of life, but you re-weighed down by all these unfinished tasks and the guilt and anxiety that come with them. Every time you complete one of those tasks from your list, you're taking a rock out of your backpack. Your load gets lighter. Life becomes easier. You have more energy, more mental space, and you can move forward faster and with more joy. So, I encourage you to try this. Don't let procrastination weigh you down. Start by simply making a list. Get those tasks out of your head and onto paper. Let your brain do the heavy lifting in the background. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel and how much more you can accomplish, one small step at a time. Thanks for tuning in to Emotional Confidant today. I hope this gives you a practical tool to make your life a little easier. Hibahida 3, and let me know how it goes. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Take care, and I'll see you next time.